Big Red's Rockin' Podcast, episode number 2. I'm going to call this episode No Gimmicks. All me. Thank you, Spotify, for putting your boy over. Thank you, iHeartRadio. Thank you, Spreaker, for putting your boy over since day one. And let's get this show started. Take advantage of the time B2J the podcast is on hiatus. Look us up on Spreaker Radio, Facebook, and iHeartRadio. We could never come back and we'd still be Stockton, California's #1 podcast. Thank you all for your support. B2J out. Baby, I could use some help, but hell, you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. B2J the podcast and Big Red's Rockin' Podcast is brought to you by Big Red Productions, a Dub 9 Stockton, California original broadcast and podcast distributor since February 2016. The actions and views of the hosts do not directly coincide with Big Red Production, but that of those who open and insert their foot in their own mouth. We're not perfect. These aren't your mama's podcasts. Hit the intro. Roll.
Last week, real quit the band.
My name's Oh yeah. What the fuck?
All right. What's going on, everybody? This is Big Red's Rockin' Podcast, episode number 2. Today's date is October 3rd, 2018. Coming to you live from the Dub 9, Mudville, Weberville, Port City, Fat City, California Sunrise Seaport. I'm talking about the 209. Thank you, God. Our city isn't named Toolburg. I'm talking about Stockton, California. Thank you, Robert F. Stockton, whoever and wherever you are, because that's who our city is named after. Toolburg. Who's the tool from Toolburg? Man, can you imagine? Hailing out of Toolburg, California, James Big Red Himley, the Merc behind the mic. Nah, not Toolberg. Fuck that life. Anyways, hope everyone is doing great. Hope y'all are blessed and whatnot. Quick dive into Red's Rockin' Locker Room. That's what I'm calling this now. I'm gonna dip in there periodically throughout the podcast, but last week I said a lot of stuff. I said that this was all entertainment slash sports podcast. Well, it is, but I forgot to mention how big and how much of a diehard 49er fan I am. I am about that life. San Francisco 49ers are my favorite football team, so this is also a San Francisco 49er podcast. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to talk a lot of football, especially this year, because the 49ers are looking like hot garbage on defense mostly. Matt Breida, now you're putting on a show, sir. 3rd most yards and half the attempts, just saying. Congrats to all y'all Raider fans also, by the way. being that I'm from Stockton, it's half and half. It's half Raiders, half Niners. Therefore, congrats to all you Raiders fans. Not a fan, but I got respect for y'all. You got your first win. You got your first win against a team that has one win since 2016. You know? But hey, beast mode, right? Beast mode. No penalties, you know? But like I said, respect. No penalty on that crazy ass. Anyways, Baker Mayfield is better than Derek Carr. But everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. All right. Moving on. No animosity given. Just respect, right? Man. How about that CJ Beathard, huh? Sabbing out. Savage. The interceptions thrown weren't his fault. Got knocked around and came back to fight through adversity. Deck stacked against him with the Jimmy G injury. The season is basically over, but always looking for a reason to remain interested in the NFL product. Let's face it, the NFL, whether you like it or not, is the top tier in sports. But when your team is falling apart at the seams, or for lack of a better term, a dumpster fire on defense, it becomes not fun to watch. It becomes hard to watch, really. And you lose interest. And then, when the zebras, when the referees come in and kill your season, such as what I've had to stomach against them. I had to stomach all them fucking penalties from the referees, and excuse my language, I know I'm trying to cut back on the cussing, but man, I had to stomach it against the Kansas City Chiefs. I had to stomach it against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, don't get me wrong, the Chiefs and the Chargers deserve to win given how terrible our defense is. But when the Zebras take part in murking your season, that hurts. That's out of the control of the team. It's out of the control of the defense, our horrendous defense. Twice the red flag was thrown this last Sunday. Twice, as I seen it, it should have gone the Niners' way. Obvious block in the back call. Flag not thrown. I mean, go back and watch it. He gets clipped. And nobody says nothing. But if you even look, if the Niners are on defense and they even look at the other team wrong, flag thrown. I call bullshit. The Niners got to be the most flagged team in the NFL. The refs have, if the refs have to meet a quota, they're all cashing in on the Niner Empire. Moving on, all right? I'm done. I'm going to get off my pedestal, or off my soapbox, or, man. Thank you, DAZN. Thank you. Thank you, 50 Cent, for your endorsement to MMA. Thank you, Bellator and Scott Coker, for making MMA a little more fun to watch. And much like the Monday Night Wars of professional wrestling, Bellator can go toe-to-toe against the likes of the UFC and other MMA promotions and come out looking like Conor McGregor, I guess. Conor McGregor belongs to UFC, so therefore they are still the kingpin. As long as they have as long as UFC has the talent and the roster and the people on their that like Conor McGregor and the Diaz brothers and those types of top tier, state of the art professional athletes that know how to put on a show as well as fight and put in work, they're still going to be the top. But now we have Bellator. Bellator is fun to watch. Bellator has all of the stuff that UFC had in the beginning, you know? So, and by that I even mean some of their roster that they had in the beginning. So there you go. The results for Bellator 206 that mattered go as follows. Bellator 206 Clash of the Champions. Rory McDonald and Gegard Mousasi. Anyway, we'll get there, but let's start at the top. Ending 3 minutes and 19 seconds into the first round via TKO, Aaron Pico defeated Leandro Higo and pretty much dominated him. Leandro Higo had his moments, he had his spots, but Aaron Pico put in work. Douglas Lima defeated Andrei Koreshkov via submission in the 11th hour, 3 minutes and 4 seconds into the 5th round. Rear naked choke to advance in the 50 aka Ferrari 50 Cent welterweight $1 million tourney. Again, thank you Scott Coker, thank you 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson. Quentin Rampage Jackson defeated Vanderlei the Axe Murderer Silva via second round TKO in a Rock'em Sock'em Robots type of fight. 4 minutes and 32 seconds into the second round. Again, thank you Bellator. Thank you Scott Coker. Knowing both fighters are washed up, but both came to bang. It was awesome. Both put on a show. The night rounded out with the Gegard Mousasi flawless victory. TKO 3 minutes and 23 seconds into the second round over Rory McDonald. One of my favorite fighters. The guy is just... he hasn't been the same since he fought. He just hasn't been the same. I'm just going to move on from that. Gegard Mousasi, Rory McDonald, love them both. 45-6-2, 20-5. Man. To wrap things up for Bellator 206, more of that, less of the meaningless filler cards that y'all throw on the Paramount Network from time to time. Please. A lot more of that. Go back and watch the Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald fights. Go back and watch them. They are a thing to watch. And you'll see what I'm talking about with Rory. You'll know exactly why he's one of my favorite fighters as well. Not just that he trains with my favorite fighter, George Rush St. Pierre. He also is just a straight up Canadian psycho. The Big Red Four-Horn Weekly Watch. I hope you guys went and watched Rocky 1 through 3, Kickboxer, and The Fighter. All three of those movies, just epic movies. Go out and watch them. They all have fun facts behind them. If you guys are into movies such as I am, go back and also look up the trivia behind the movies. It's just fun to do, and I gave all three of those movies 4 horns for a reason, and there'll be movies to watch this week, but we aren't quite there in the show yet. Go out, watch Rocky 1 through 3, Kickboxer, just the first Kickboxer, and The Fighter. All three of those movies, epic, great. Moving on. Big Red's 4-Horn Weekly Listen. Songs to put over. Albums to put over. I asked you guys for me to go out and listen to Eminem's Kamikaze, Shinedown's Black, Attention, Attention. Shinedown's Attention, not... you'll see what anyway. Breaking Benjamin's Ember. Those are the 3 albums that I told you to go out and listen to. And the songs that I'm going to put over on those albums right now, off of Eminem's Kamikaze, check out the songs The Greatest, Stepping Stone, Not Alike, and Fall. Those are just 4 songs off the album that I gave 4 horns to. Shinedown's Attention, Attention, Black Soul, Monsters, Evolve, and Human Radio are the songs to put over off of that album. Check those songs out. Breaking Benjamin's Feed the Wolf, Psycho, Blood, and Save Yourself are all songs to put over off of the Breaking Benjamin's Ember album. All 3 of those albums are legit AF, as the kids are saying. So check those albums out. But if you guys just wanted to check out a few songs off of those albums, I gave you 4 off of each of those albums, because that's what I do. I do the homework for you. All right? How about that? We got